So, as we contemplate whether or not we're going to attack Iran or if there's going to be more chaos between Pakistan and Afghanistan, I told myself, you know what? There has to be some deals that we can check out. I like to buy myself a birthday present every year. Today's my birthday, and these are some deals that I found. So I thought it would be prudent to show some off to you. But first, shout out to today's sponsor, which is Roaring Fire, and their commuter duffel bag. I like this bag. One thing I'll tell you about this is that for the most part, there's not a bunch of rigid structure to it, meaning that unlike some other duffel bags that you may see out there, this one itself does give you the opportunity to kind of like structure it however you see fit. So I like the fact that you can wear it in backpack mode, one shoulder strap mode. You can kind of wear it completely like a regular duffel and toss it on the ground if you need to. What I really like is that there's a shooting range that's near me, and I like to load this thing up, ride there on my bike, and kind of just put some rounds down range and not have to take every piece of loadout that I normally would take. This is also really good for like a gym bag and something like that, whatever you want to use it for. The crazy thing about this one particularly this is $69.99, but I can get you guys a discount, which will knock it down a good hefty amount. Now, comparably, my normal gym bag / kind of like overnighter bag is $200. This one's nowhere near that. Even at $70 is a really good deal. But even with that being said, I can get you down if you put the code in there to around $59. Use the code MarineX15 and get yourself 15% off. Shout out to Roaring Fire for sponsoring today's video. One thing I wanted to talk about is some tools that I'm using. I don't know what tool brand you're in, but I think that for your EDC truck, for your truck, your car, whatever, maybe this could be a nice, capable tool you keep in there, which this is not like hammer drill, like a impact wrench rather. So it may not be like nut busting for lugs, but to have this to assist with you if you're changing a tire, if you're going to someone's house, working on something, this is a crazy good deal. First of all, it's an impact driver with the charger in the case. Not that big of a deal for $200. It's actually kind of pricey for $200. I would normally look for like $129. The blow molded case, plus they're giving you 4 more batteries. That's a $140 value. This is something that I'm going to be picking up because my Metabo HPT batteries are long in the tooth. Some of them aren't working properly anymore, and this is one hell of a deal. Jumping into some Amazon deals, the Ice Mag 3 by Sharge. I literally just gave this item to Mrs. X. She's heading down to Houston for a cheer competition. They've added this in a white, and then they have it in classic black. I think I have it in the black, but the white color looks good also. This thing's normally $79.90. They're giving you a free item, so make sure you click this button in the middle of the screen that says how to claim. So you add the charger you add the actual MagSafe charger to your cart, and then the benefit item is you add this to your cart as well, which is a USB-C to USB-C cable, which is $15, a 100-watt cable, and it's about 4 feet long. The thing I like about this particular MagSafe battery pack is, number one, it has a fan to keep itself cool so that it can attempt to continuously give you Qi2 charging, which is 25 watts, and the fan helps to keeps it cool. 10,000 milliamp hour battery means that, in all honesty, smaller phones like Google Pixel 9As, like a iPhone SE, those might get 2 charges out of it, but because the fan has to run and the lights are running, you're really going to charge one phone like maybe 1.25 times, but that's plenty when you're out and about. I gave this to Mrs. X because she's going to a cheer competition where she's going to be there for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. Good to be able to keep her battery topped off with the built-in USB-C cable so she can also charge the iPad that she has there with her for one of our kiddos. That's a buy it now price. The Ostation 2. I have the Ostation 2 Pro. This thing here, I have one complaint about it, is that it only charges for double A's. It only can do the NIMH rechargeable batteries, and for lithium ion, it only can do Olight's lithium ion batteries. So if you have lithium ion batteries laying around, it does not charge all of them. Okay, I don't know what special recipe, but I do have a bunch of I don't know what NIMH. I'm not a periodic table buff, but I do have some of these laying around. This thing's great. I keep this in my game room. I have the Ostation Pro. So Ostation Pro, the price has significantly dropped since this thing came out. $139 right now. You can get it for $118. That's a buy it now price. I would say if you can swing it, get the Pro, because it has this drop down on the side, which will let you charge 2 of Olight's flashlights with the MCC chargers. And it has a good screen on the front, so you can get a real-time status of how charging is going. Just know that it may not work on every battery. Check out my review video on this if you want to know more information about it. The Woobin G5, this thing is always $19.99. I don't even know why they say that it's on sale for 20% off. But I wanted to show you this because I keep getting a lot of questions asked about what's a good magnetic light that is like suitable, durable, that if you lose it, you don't cry a bucket of tears. This is fine. And the green color is one of my faves. And this is just something that you can keep in the cab of your truck. Has a magnetic base, good enough to help you with tasks around the house. That's a buy it now price of $19.99. It's probably going to be that price next week. Just giving you a heads up, but it's always around that price. If you get the 9th year anniversary one, that's a little bit more. It's $30. 9th year anniversary literally has no different functionality. Just celebrates 9 years in business for Woobin. The Olight O-Clip Pro. I love the O-Clip Pro. If you have to choose between the O-Clip Pro and the O-Clip Ultra, I would say that the Pro is good enough. The Ultra is going to bring you the UV light, but if you never use a UV light, then you really are not getting the benefit of going for spending the additional money just to get a UV light. I'll tell you, for me personally, I use mine. We have a puppy. Sometimes I'm trying to see, did she use the restroom in a place we didn't want her to, or did one of my kiddos take their pull-up off and, you know, pee in a corner of their bed? It's good for finding stuff like that. But once you're past that stage in your life, let's just say it's you and a spouse. When the hell do you use a UV light? O-Clip Pro is great. The entire back is magnetic. Great USB-C charging. Great actual cable on that USB-C charging. Thing I really like about this, it gives you 500 lumens. A little bit more functionality than the Woobin I just showed you. You are spending about $10, $11 more, but 100 more lumens is not really discernible. But what is discernible is the fact that you have a red light, you have a signaling function, it has a stronger magnet than that Woobin light, and it has a God tier clip. This is a great light to put on the front, like a shoulder strap of a backpack if you're like rucking or if you want to be identified. Way more color options. Dope light, just in case you want to get it. The Roaring Fire Pico Pouch Pro. This is not a part of the sponsorship earlier. This is just me seeing a good deal, and I like this pouch. You see it has 4.9 stars or 21 reviews. This is a really good pouch where they could easily charge $50 for it, but they're charging $20 for it. Great options for you to keep additional gear. You want to have yourself like an ultimate EDC pouch. And let me tell you something. In the cab of my truck, I keep a pouch similar to this. It has the dongles for some of my Apple CarPlay stuff that makes it wireless. I have a pair of extra headphones in there. I have nail clippers in there, a knife just in case I would ever run out the house without my knife on. Great little option for you. You see this one here looks like a MacGyver kit with a knife and some super glue and a flashlight. Whatever you want to use it for, great deal. Normally $25, get it for $20.99. That is a 16% saving. The AceBeam K1, direct competitor with something like the, let's call it like the O-Clip Pro, the Ultra from Olight, or if you were to get something like the Olight Arcfeld, this is a competitor with that with a different shape. So that's a flat flashlight. This one's a barrel flashlight. It has a built-in 14500 battery. However, if you want to, you can actually throw a AA battery in there if the battery that comes with this thing is dead. You're not going to get 1,000 lumens out of a AA, but at least the flashlight can continue to be used. Green laser, UV light, and a white light. So great light for different reasons that you may need it. Green laser is good for being able to point something out for somebody that's far away, or just being a dork with your cat or whatever, like I like to do with my dog, whatever you see fit. Normally $54.99. No one pays $54.99. It does normally hover around $39. So you're really saving about $6, but 38% savings is a buy it now price. The AceBeam Pocket Light 2A. If you don't need the other functionality I just mentioned, this is great. You're getting rid of the laser. You're getting rid of the UV light. You're keeping that same rechargeable battery or the AA functionality, and now you're spending $22.97. That's a great price. This used to be on sale for $18. Tariffs. Okay, so this price has risen over the last 2 years. This is a buy it now price. I like the Pocket Light AA. The thing I like about this most is that it does not heat up a ton when you're using it at the 1300 lumen mark. I wish it gave me strobe, but it doesn't. It's fine. It does have a very good two-way pocket clip, and it's very easy to just switch through these different modes whenever you see fit. Low lumen mode is 5 lumen, which is a very good usable light. Multiple colors. I have it in titanium, so mine costs, I think, $100. But these are just fine if you want to test any of these out, see if you like it, and then upgrade down the line if you see fit. The Streamlight Micro Stream. Super popular. Thing has been out for near a decade. This is type 2 mil-spec abrasion and corrosion resistance, meaning you can take this into deserts, areas that have high amounts of humidity and salt water, and it is very, very resistant to corrosion. This is the triple light or triple A. So it only gives you about 45 lumen, which is fine when you're trying to read a map at night. If your eyes are used to the moonlight, if you're sitting in the dark and you're trying to read something right near you, 45 lumens is great. Looking for something underneath, like right in your immediate area, shining a light into your backpack at night. Low lumens are great for stuff like that. Are you going to illuminate a tree line with this light? No, but it's also $15. So great way to go into the Streamlight and see if you like it. And that's also just a good way to go. Removable pocket clip. That is one of the legends in the flashlight game. I think you should have the ability to have yourself a striker with some flint at all times. This is pretty long at 4 inches. I keep these in all sorts of kits, tech kits, survival kits, backpacks, just a fire source, party trick, being able to start a fire even when your lighters and stuff go out. And why not at $11.15, 25% off. That's a buy it now price as well. The Gerber seatbelt strap cutter, as well as a glass breaker. I don't know about using this as a glass breaker because the way you have to grip this, you may cut your hand, but I guess in a pinch, who cares, right? But you see this guy cutting through a seatbelt, and you also can see him using it to cut through some or to break some glass with that ceramic tip on there. This thing is something that might be good to keep on your keys. If you still have a vehicle like I do that you stick the key in what's called the ignition and you turn the vehicle on, you can hang this on there. So if you were to get in an accident, you can grab this and maybe hopefully break your own seatbelt. Or if someone else gets in an accident, you can break their cut their seatbelt. Maybe tape this to the inside of your door if you have a push to start vehicle. But just a good way to cut yourself out of your vehicle, especially if your vehicle's on fire. You want something nearby that can do that. Normally $28, 25% off makes this $21. Let's talk about the Kizer Drop Bear. Listen, this is not necessarily the biggest sale, and I love the Kizer Drop Bear. The Nitro V is great. My family got me this for my birthday, so I thought it was neat. I thought I would point it out, and I like the fact that it has different things that you can snatch up. You can get the best dad ever. You can get the birthday one. You can get whatever. Normally it's $69, 30% off. Just for specific ones are 30% off. $48.30 is a buy it now price. Drop Bear. I'm telling you, when you get a Drop Bear, the crossbar action on that is going to freaking knock your socks off. The Tactical Admin Pouch. This is a no-name admin pouch from China. Why do I like it? This is a good pouch to be able to put, especially if you're using it in a more rough way, such as you're going to put it inside of your chest pack. If you're rucking, you're going to put inside of your rucking bag. Maybe you leave this inside of a vehicle. It's just enough to be able to stand upright so it can stand on a surface and not fall over. It's $14. Use it. See, am I even going to like these type of pouches? It's 500D nylon, so it's more resistant to actual being cut, if that makes sense. And it looks like a decent durable pouch. I probably would not put too many of the zippers upright. So you see the zippers, they have it zipped at the top. I probably would keep those to the left or to the right. I don't know how resistant to weather it is, but that's a buy it now price if you ever want to get into the pouch game. And of course, it's multi-cam black, which is the fastest way to my heart. The Kizer, is it the Foca? This is normally $53. It's right now $42.49, 20% off. It's not listed as a deal on Amazon, but I track the pricing, and it does normally hover around its full price. It's only certain colors that are discounted. This specific one with the black G10 handle, and then this one with the G10 handle in the black finish on the blade are discounted. D2 blade steel. I like Kizer's. I'm just a big fan of Kizer's crossbar. I just talked about it in a Drop Bear. You're going to like it on this knife as well with the clutch. They call it the clutch lock. Great knife if you want to get something that reminds you of higher end knives without the higher end price tag. Great giftable knife as Well, let's talk about this WorkPro mini water pump pliers. I hope you don't everyday carry these, okay? But in a pinch, these things are actually really, really good. WorkPro sent these out to me, and I couldn't figure out, well, what the hell? Why would people even like these? Let me tell you, when you're walking around the house and you just need something that's just like, it can help you hold something. The other day, I did use these in a way that they should be. I was replacing some of the internal hardware of my toilet, of course, to be able to grab the white screw on the bottom of the intake for the toilet. It's supposed to be hand tight. It was a little bit more than hand tight. Perfect. Just be able to grab this out of a kitchen junk drawer and use it whenever you see fit. $15.99. I think that's a good price. That's kind of like an everyday price. I just wanted to show it to you because these things sell off and then come back and sell off and sell out and come back. So ideal for tight spaces, hands down. And one thing I like is this is a deal right here on the utility knives. If you're the type of person that likes to buy these things, these are like some of the utility blades that you can buy from different companies. This one specifically is from CJRB, but they have, Kizer has them. A lot of companies are making these where they're basically either button lock or liner lock with a button access. These are switched out with utility blades. So I just gunked mine up putting in together an e-bike the other day. And matter of fact, the e-bike from this video, I used this thing to put together that e-bike, take all the plastic off and all the other type of stuff. It's great to just be able to replace the blade and to have 100 of them for $10. I mean, that's pretty good, especially if you got free shipping with Amazon Prime and it has a nice dispenser. Buy it now price just in case you want to be able to swap out your Milwaukee Fast Blacks or whatever you got going on. The field books, this is a direct competitor to Field Notes, $9.80, 11% off, buy it now price. I buy these all the time. I use them all the time. The thing I like about these is that they fit in a lot of different notebooks. It's 240 pages if you think about front and back and use in the different use cases that you can use this thing for. So I like the fact that these things come in a pack of 5 for $10. Use these, keep them in your vehicle, keep them in the back left pocket, whatever you want to use them for memos. I like graph type, or I like the squares or the dot, the dot. So those are my go-to whenever I'm writing notes. Now let's take a look at the Anker C1000 Mark II. So Mark I was a hit. That thing was out for years. People were wondering were they ever going to update it. They legit did some great updates to this. I had Mark I. I did a review on it. I gave it away. There were some things I was wanting from that one. Well, they definitely delivered in Mark II. They faster USB-C ports, faster USB-A ports. The plugs in the front are more accessible. It's just a really good power station. I kind of wish it was $399. $429 is still a buy it now price. But if this thing ever drops to like $399, maybe $379, that would be like a stop what you're doing, buy it right now. But this is still a good price, 46% off. That is something to grab. I just did a video on this literally yesterday. This is the AFRI. This is the P210, a 2 kilowatt power station. And the thing about this is you're getting 248 watt hours for $598. That's approximately 29 cents a watt hour. Great deal. Good unit. I have a few cons about it. Video if you want to check it out, but that's a buy it now price. So if you're looking for something that can keep a refrigerator running, maybe run you got a band and you play in a shed and you want to run an amplifier or something like that. You have some emergency equipment you got to keep running like a CPAP machine. Hey, listen, this is where you're going to want to go and all of that good stuff. Let me know if you see any deals for the end of the month that I missed. Okay, I would love to know with those comments down below. First time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.